we have Justine in today.
Hi.
Hi,
Deb.
Justine.
How are you?
Thanks for coming in.
Good.
And we would want to have a chat with you because you are CEO of Rise Network. Could you please give a bit more detail on your experience, on your life, and how purpose has evolved across your life?
Yeah, sure. Look, I don't think anyone would think that I'd be sitting here doing this today. Certainly not my mother. She's quite surprised by what I ended up doing, considering what I was like as a child, which was very shy and introverted. I've done everything from run a pub to run a prison. So it's been a very diverse range of experiences. And I think my purpose has evolved as I've become exposed to more and different situations and circumstances. Certainly from a young age, I was always driven by some form of social justice. I wouldn't have known that's what it was called back then, but I was very interested in animal welfare. So I used to protest against experiments on animals. And in fact, an early highlight was getting arrested for hunt sabotaging in the UK, which was sabotaging fox hunts because it was considered to be cruel. So that was ingrained, but my idea of what a purpose constituted changed. For example, working in the prisons, I was much more exposed to actually what happens for people who probably have a huge set of really unfortunate and unplanned life circumstances where that was not what I thought I would be interested in growing up.
Yeah.
But when you're exposed to things, you find purpose in a range of things. But it's very much centered around now animal rights, social justice for humans, and increasingly climate change. So as the things come up, I probably wouldn't be super motivated by, say, the potato marketing board or something like that. So it's very much the human interest side or the animal and climate side.
And specifically in social justice, what are the specific areas which you want to work in?
So I think, especially living in Australia, rights of First Nations people. I'm from the UK, and that is not something that we historically are exposed to growing up in the UK. It's much more multicultural, I believe, over there. I'm primarily from East London, so that was more of a focus. But First Nations is something that's very particular to Australia or Canada, something like that, the US. So that to me seems to be a primary matter. But really then anyone who is living with some form of systemic disadvantage that's of no cause of their own. So LGBTI communities, First Nations people, people with a disability, people with mental health issues, older people, anyone who society sort of disadvantages, there's really no reason.
Yeah, right.